Well, after a very dry spring and summer, parts of the island are dealing with moderate to severe drought conditions. And a News 12 investigation found that some South Fork residents are using 20 times more water than the average household. Our Stone Grissom tracked down some of the so-called biggest users.
If they're doing something useful and something productive, I don't mind the extra cost. But if it's nonsense, I mind the extra cost.
Marie Quartararo of Huntington is frustrated that water bills on Long Island seem to be always going up. And she's not alone.
I think the people who use the most water should be paying for it.
The average household in Suffolk County uses about 120,000 gallons of water a year. But the Water Authority says a handful of homes, mainly on the South Fork, have been using 50, even 100 times that amount. And that's draining our aquifer system.
I would say that if we don't get a change, maybe 10 years, perhaps earlier, it could be a crisis.
All the water you see here is about 750,000 gallons of water. But that is just a mere fraction of the top consumers in Suffolk County.
Here, over the South Fork, a small number of residents are putting pressure on the Water Authority by using millions of gallons every year. In fact, one home alone used more than 22 million gallons of water just in the last year.
People that use that much water when it's a single residential home are the people that are really taxing our supply significantly.
Through a Freedom of Information request, we identified the names of some of the biggest water users in the county. That list includes homes mainly located in Bridgehampton, Southampton, Watermill, and East Hampton, and reads like a who's who of the rich and powerful. Names like billionaire industrialist David Koch, who used more than 22 million gallons last year, music producer David Geffen, who used more than 6 million gallons, and investment mogul Andrew Zarro, who used more than 10 million.
These Uber users are kind of nestled between those estates, right?
Yes, the first one's coming up right down on the left there.
We took Chopper 12 over some of the homes we identified to see where all that water might be going. As you can see, they are large properties, but so are many of the neighboring homes, and they don't use nearly that much water. So how do these people justify the millions of gallons used each year? We decided to ask.
Calling. One moment, please.
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of David Koch. Is he here? Is the owner or a property manager there?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry there's no one here that could talk to you at this time.
Regardless of what the water is used for, environmental activists point out continued excessive use can lead to salt water infiltrating the aquifers. Even worse, contamination of our drinking water.
As these water hogs use more and more water, they are withdrawing, causing a drawdown in our water levels. They're actually causing plumes to move and migrate more rapidly.
Since 2010, the County Water Authority has been forced to invest an additional $20 million just on the East End to upgrade its public well system by adding additional wells and enlarging many of the pipes in its distribution system. And who pays for that?
Our infrastructure costs we have to spread out to all our customers.
Increased costs that don't sit well with Gina Momar.
I know my water bill used to be like $19. Now it's over $100 every 2 months. It's gone up a lot.
Right now, the Water Authority says it doesn't have the legal power to force the top water users to cut back. Assemblyman Fred Thiel says it may be necessary to change that in the future, but for now, he says, it's everyone's responsibility to conserve.
I think we need to change habits now and behaviors now before we get to the point where we have to impact everybody with mandatory restrictions.
We can't wait till things become polluted to clean up the mess. We have to prevent it from occurring in the first place.
I want my grandkids and their kids to be able to have resources like water.
Stone Grissom, News 12, Long Island.
Now, Splish Splash is not on the list of top water users. It recycles its water. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for David Koch says his home utilizes an energy-efficient geothermal heating and cooling system. David Geffen tells us that he never personally lived in his East Hampton home during the time it was using that amount of water listed, and our call to Andrew Zaro was not returned. To see more of the county top water users, go to our website, news12.com, and then click on numbers and links. And to watch extended interviews, go to channel 612 and click on Extra.